Hi everyone and welcome to How Did I Get Here? Today I join you from the summit of Mount Migita. Mount Migita is a 426 meter high twin-peaked mountain in Hofu City in southern Yamaguchi Prefecture. It has excellent views and interesting rock formations, with lots of stone carvings and history at Ten-Tokuji Temple. How did I get here? It's time to find out. From Hofu Station, go out the north gate or the north exit. It's about a 1 hour walk. If you walk on the roads, follow your Google map, cross over the river, under the highway and under the Shinkansen tracks, and you'll be looking for Ten-Tokuji Temple. If you're short on time or you don't want to walk, just take a taxi. It takes about less than 10 minutes, between 1,500 and 2,000 yen. At Ten-Tokuji Temple, you can actually see the mountain right behind the temple. Enter the temple, just on your left you'll see an 800-year-old ginkgo tree. Climb up the stairs just to the right of that tree and turn straight. You'll see a sign that says Tozando in Japanese, and you'll end up at these set of stone stairs. This is the start of the trailhead up to Mount Migita. Climb up the stairs. On your left you will see an old graveyard. With the graveyards on your left, just head straight up into the forest following the stone steps. You'll soon see a printed design that says Tozanguchi Ten-Tokuji Course. Just continue straight on the stone steps on the very easy to follow trail. On your left, as you do enter the forest, you will see the remnants of some old stone walls and some old bits of pottery. Just follow the switchbacks on the stone stairs through the forest. At the top of a set of stairs, you'll see an old cordoned off building on your left, the remnants of the old temple. Just turn right here and start walking up the sandy slopes. You'll soon see an old stone lantern on your right here. It's a little bit of a lookout point, but just keep going up toward the Buddhist statue carved into the rock just above you. Just follow the trail to the left of this Buddhist carving and into these really wonderful rock formations. You'll soon see another rock carving on your right that you can walk up to and check out. Weave your way through the rock formations, trying to find as many Kannon statues as you can. Apparently there are a total of 33 Kannon statues up here among the rocks, but it's a bit of a scavenger hunt to find all 33. As you climb higher, you will come across a plethora of viewpoints. Choose the rock of your choice and climb up to take in the vistas. Eventually you will reach the summit of Mt Sekisen, where you can get your first views over to the twin peak summits of Mount Migita. This is a good place to take your first break if you haven't had one already. But be careful in the hot sun, there's no shade up here. From the summit of Sekisen, you'll drop down shortly to a saddle and then a long rocky climb up toward the twin summits. And as you drop down toward the saddle, you'll see another Kannon statue on your right. Just past that statue, you'll reach an unmarked junction. On your left is a very broad, sandy plateau, but the trail goes straight, so just head straight. The trail will flatten out briefly before the start of the steep spur climb to the summit. It does get really steep in places with some fixed ropes, so just climb very slow and carefully. And be careful if it's wet. You will reach a small junction in Japanese with the trail on your right that says Challenge Course in katakana. You can head right and follow the yellow tapes if you'd like, or you can stay on the easy trail to the left. You know, climb up, flatten out, climb up more, flatten out more. You will get some spectacular views behind you, looking back down toward Hofu City. But just keep following the rocky gully up to the summit plateau. You'll reach a rocky section and then climb on a narrow trail to the left of this rock formation and climb up again toward the summit. The trail soon splits. You can go up either way. Just choose your favorite gully. I went up the left. Just keep climbing up through the narrow gully. You'll soon reach a junction marked as Hachigome. When you reach a summit plateau, just turn left to the western summit of Mount Migita. It's an excellent view to your left here. From the western summit, head back into the forest and follow the ridge. Drop down to a saddle and a short climb up to the second peak. And when you reach the junction at the saddle, just keep straight. Climb up toward the rock formation in front of you. And shortly you'll reach the real summit of Mount Migita. There are plenty of excellent views and rock formations on both sides of the summit plateau, as well as plenty of shade if you're up here in the summer like me and it's too hot. So this is a great place to have lunch and take a break. By the way, the Japanese name for the mountain is Migita-ga-take. Usually the kanji dake or take is used for really rugged and rocky peaks. The kanji for yama or mountain is usually used for regular mountains. But it's a bit of a tongue twister to say in Japanese. Migita-ga-take. Say that 5 times. Migita-ga-take. After you enjoy a break on the summit, continue heading east on the ridge. You'll drop down steeply through fixed ropes at first. At an unmarked junction, stay left and drop steeply through more fixed ropes with gorgeous views on your left. And climb up through a rock formation right in front of you marked with white tape. And then down a sandy slope on the other side. Continue dropping steeply until reaching this junction at the saddle. If you want to stay on the ridge for a little bit longer, you can actually stay on the ridge straight and climb another peak and then loop around. However, I recommend if you want to get off the ridge like I do and go back down to Hofu, then take a right at this first junction. And just follow the well-worn path through a scenic hardwood forest and through more rock formations. It's a steep trail but easy to follow. You'll soon arrive back in the ferns through a narrow gully and more fun rock formations. And then you'll reach a very steep section with fixed ropes. Make your way gently down. And then you'll descend to this hand-painted junction. So the main trail came down just in front of us. Now, if you are climbing up from this route, there's a trail here that says Chokuto Kiken. So Chokuto means the straight route, that direct route straight up the northern face of the mountain, straight up to the peak. Lots of chains, ropes, and exposure. Don't do it unless you're very experienced, and it is very dangerous. But when I was on the summit today, I did meet one person who came up that route. He said, don't go down that route, no matter what. So when you reach this, you're on the main road back to the start of the hike. So just continue straight on the well-used path. When you re-enter the forest, you will reach an unmarked junction on your left which heads down the valley, but just keep straight here. And when you reach the end of the trail, you'll see some temple ruins on your left. Turn right on this dirt track and you'll pop out on the main road. Turn right again and you will end up back at the temple where you started the hike. Then you can walk back to Hofu Station or take a taxi or find a bus. Well, I did find a bus to Hofu Station. It leaves once an hour, it looks like, or once every couple of hours. 2:46 is the next bus. And it's just behind the peak. You can see the peaks right there, and it just started raining. So this is very good timing. So basically, when I got off the mountain, I kind of walked along the main road, and then I took my first left. When you see the first vending machine, take a left. You'll hit the main road here, and then take your left, and you'll walk right up to this bus stop. I'm gonna hang out here and try to stay dry while it rains and get on this 2:46 bus. That'll save me an hour of walking. Well, that's it for another edition of How Did I Get Here? A very hot and rocky edition in the mountains of Yamaguchi Prefecture. So when you're in the mountains of Japan, as usual, be kind, be safe, and be smart. Thanks for watching. Oh! It's hot, but worth the suffer.